video, I'll give you everything you need to know about Trials of Osiris and the changes coming to it on September 10th, so you can be ready for when Trials returns. I'm Darth Toastigos, your friendly neighborhood Sith Lord, and Trials is returning soon September 10th, so make sure to mark it in your calendars. In this video, I'll talk about the changes for access to the mode, some game mode changes, how the loot structure works, and more. Stay tuned for that, but before I start, subscribe to my channel now to become a Sith Lord, and to know about when Destiny 2 guides and other videos that I make release. All you gotta do is hit the red button below. Let's get into the changes coming to Trials of Osiris. We'll first start off with the changes to access the mode and some game mode changes. So, Bungie changed the requirements to access Trials to use lifetime valor rank and kills, which opens Trials to more newer players, which is great. So you can get your friend Timmy, who just got the game, and grinding for a week to be carried in Trials, get some of that sweet loot. A feature people have been wanting for a very long time, and that might be an understatement, is solo queuing for Trials, which is coming when it comes back on September 10th. Like I said, make sure to mark that in your calendars. So if your friends are offline and you're too lazy to LFG, which is like, LFG is just like have a 3.1459 KD, have PhD in astrophysics, is a mathematician, have Gallahorn, be able to memorize all square roots, and have Atheon checkpoint, you can skip all that because LFG sucks sometimes. Actually a lot. And you can just play with randoms to try to get some of that loot. If you don't want to fight 3 stacks of clans, you play 25 hours a day while you're trying to play solo because you have no friends, there'll be freelance trials, which is like playing randoms against non-stacks, which is one of the experimental modes that'll be coming in certain weeks, but we don't know when that experimental mode comes out, or any of them in general. Like how randoms in Crucible are, they could be the best players or the worst players, so good luck if you're trying to get flawless solo queuing. Just make sure to bring your shotgun. Probably will be one of our favorite parts. Trials will now need the annual expansion. Right now it is Beyond Light, but later on it'll be Witch King when 22nd of February rolls around, 2022. So you gotta empty that wallet for the loot, and Republic credits won't do. But being serious, this will get rid of a lot of cheaters, which the anti-pro has gotten like 98% of, and the 2% that's still existing for some reason, and they have to pay $50 if they're just the type to just make a new account after being banned. The game mode changes, the round time has been reduced from 120 seconds to 90 seconds. So you'd be less stalling around, more actually shooting the enemies. Repeating got nuked from orbit, so basically you emote in first person, and sword isn't able to be used. Special won't carry between rounds, so you can't stop a team with a shotgun, you ape. I see you have shoulder charge equipped. You will answer for your sins, and God may not have mercy on you. Or you get 2 strongly worded messages from Crucible Sweat who only uses sniper rifles. Also, heavy doesn't carry over too. Now since the game mode and accessing changes have been gone over, let's get into our favorite part, the loot. Before I talk about the loot, if you like Destiny 2 content and want to become a Sith Lord, subscribe now by hitting the red button below to learn some abilities some consider unnatural. Benefits are you never miss future Destiny 2 informational videos like guides and gameplay videos with funny sounds. Now, to the loot. Promotion of myself aside, the part trials you care about, and some extras, most of the loot. The loot structure has changed, tokens are gone, ranking system changed to the system we see for the core modes, reputation is gained upon a completion of a match, tickets now go up to 20 rounds, and they changed the reward system to emphasize winning rounds instead of winning games, which is kind of a trash idea to base it off of winning games, because imagine sweating for 7 games just to get a cloak. Rank up is a way to get some trials incomes with every 3 ranks before you finish. So look at this screenshot of this, what it looks like. Wow, this guy's been grinding. That is $60 of the silver. Dude, spending lots of ornaments. Loss is staying the same. Loss is staying the same, so keep wanting to get the loot. Losses won't be tracked on your cards, so you don't need to be resetting unless you're going flawless, which is 7 games in a row won, for new Trials players that don't know that. You probably don't really need to know this, but you can get 2 pinnacles for Trials, 1 for winning rounds and 1 for winning 7 games in a weekend. A new feature to Trials, and one we're familiar with, is the ability to focus your engrams to be a specific item you already have. Here's the menu. Pretty nice. Can't wait to farm that pulse rifle, you know, the one from like Season of the Chosen. Though it said focusing engrams would be quite expensive. The part about getting into a match is obvious, the matchmaking. The game will match you against people with the same wins and skills, so you'll be fighting people with the same stakes and the same skills, so you'll probably get close games where it's intense and sweaty. If the matchmaking takes long, it widens the similarity check until it finds enough opponents. There'll also be lives with trials. I won't talk about any of these, but freelance is one of the experimental things that are coming. We don't have any release dates or when these things come. Our cheaters have been running rampant since the game went free to play. To summarize what security changes have made, you can't do win trading, which is basically purposely giving people wins, which is bannable, and recoveries are bannable, which is basically mostly referred to as paying some shady dude 100% cheats to play on your account, which is like the stupidest idea ever. Like, why would you do that? Trials should hopefully be smoother without cheaters going around spamming truth rockets at the beginning of the match. Thank God this guy that is spamming Witherhoard's gone. So get wrecked, cheaters, you deserved it. And Trials should be more fun now since there'll be less recovs and win trading. I'll see you in Trials when it comes back. A little brief history lesson about Trials and some thoughts. Trials has been here for some time. It started in D1, House of Wolves. I was not playing Destiny at that time. It came back in D2, Year 1, as Trials of the Nine, then just disappeared until Season of the Worthy, which is when the cheater problem really kind of came around. That is just a basic timeline of Trials. There's more, but that's just the gist of it. I was never a Trials player. Heck, I was the people that decided to lose games just to get the bounty for the 3-1 reward. Seeing all this, I want to play Trials. I want to fight sweats and regret my life choices along the way because Trials could be painful. But I'm excited. If Trials was just the batter, then Bungie actually turned on the oven. So I'm ready to play Trials when it comes back, and this revamp is good. Pretty nice, Bungie. You did good. This was the new Trials of Osiris changes when it comes back on September 10th. This was about the revamp, and the loot, and some other stuff. If you made it this far and haven't subscribed, I'm going to tell you again to subscribe now to become a Sith Lord and to never miss out on future Destiny 2 content. If you enjoyed my video and thought it was informational, like the video and share it to your friends and family. Bye!